Tick since local midnight in order to wake up from its deep sleep power conservation mode. Got a question about the universe? Send it to us at planetaryradio@planetary.org. And now here's Matt with more Planetary Radio.
Time for What's Up on Planetary Radio. Bruce Batts, the Director of Projects, is here, ready to tell us about the night sky and come up with the name for Kirby Runyon's car. We have all the candidates, not a whole bunch. There weren't a lot, but their choice. Their choice, as Spencer Tracy said in Woman of the Year. Welcome. It's good to see you.
It's lovely to see you, Matt. Night sky, Jupiter, dominating the evening. Check it out, rising. It's up in the east in the early evening, south by middle of the evening. Check it out, ideally, with a telescope. Look for those little dots that represent the Galilean satellites, the big moons of Jupiter. Even with steady binoculars, you can see that. That's the big thing to look at. We went from where I just was reading off 6,000 things to do to where things are a little thin. So check out some of those constellations. Also, let me remind people, I can't tell you when you can see a satellite going by, an Earth spacecraft satellite, because we've got listeners all over the world, and it's rather specific, but you can check it out on websites, including www.heavens-above.com, and look for things like the International Space Station, Hubble Space Telescope, looking like bright lights passing over in the night sky, and you can predict exactly where they'll be when. On to Random Space Fact!
Okay, it'll do.
Oh.
You're tired.
I am a little tired, I'm sorry. Did you want me to try again, or just train for next week?
You can do it quickly, yeah.
I mean, I just was really...
Yeah, just train. Just start working out again. Come on.
All right, I will. Just these Olympics, ironically, have been tiring me out watching them. So I haven't done my usual 30 minutes a day training saying Random Space Fact.
All right, well, it's time to get back on the bike.
All right. Random Space Fact, Mars. The Phoenix mission, we're just talking, including with my kids, about the mythical Phoenix, which, of course, bursts into flames. I can guarantee you the Phoenix spacecraft will not be able to burst into flames on the Martian surface, and that is because Mars has no oxygen. To be more accurate, it has no molecular oxygen. And so now it's possible that the Phoenix, like some rocket repellents, got to keep those rockets away. Rocket propellants includes an oxidizer within the bird itself, but the spacecraft does not. So minus the oxygen in the atmosphere, the free oxygen molecules, no bursting in flames. Most of the Martian atmosphere is, of course, carbon dioxide, which has lots of oxygen atoms, but totally not helpful for making fire, which is why it's used in fire extinguishers.
I wonder if that Journal of Irreproducible Results is still out there, because that would be a great piece for them, wouldn't it? A hypothesis on how the chemical structure of the phoenix bird.
Oh, that would be.
Wouldn't that be cool?
That would be nerddom at its best.
Mark that one down. Okay.
All right. Just a second. Okay. Marked it down. On to the trivia contest.
He didn't really.
Gosh, I can't get away with anything with you. On to the trivia contest, and of course, last time we asked you to name a car.
Not just any car.
As we have never done. Indeed, listener Kirby Runyon has bought a Saturn brand car and wants to name his car after one of the moons of Saturn. So we did one of our occasional creativity contests, inviting people to submit names, not only names of the moons, but also reasons why it should be named that. Take it away, Matt.
Here's one from Thomas Janukta in Poland, Warsaw, Poland. And this is one I don't think you'd heard of. I certainly had not. Kiviuk. Very elegant orbit. 11,111,000, in other words, 11,111,000 kilometers. Interesting Inuit name, easy to pronounce. Kiviuk.
Apparently it's not easy to pronounce.
No, not for me.
It's not for you.
Not for yours truly. Okay,
all right, well, I'll go with something a little shorter here. Steve Whitty, a regular listener from Michigan, suggests Iapetus because not all decisions are black and white. But he says his Saturn is white with black interior. And, of course, Iapetus being the high contrast object in the solar system, one side white, one side black.
Yeah. And Tom Hendricks also put Iapetus in. He said, because especially if the car is two-toned and way out there, he says.
I've got a couple more. I got Enceladus.
Okay.
And because it would be the water-powered comes standard with really cool tiger stripes, and it's plume wonderful.
Plume wonderful. I love that. It's plume wonderful.
That from Rick Qualls, Texas.
I got one more, and it's from Lindsay Dawson, our friend from Down Under, who sends us candy. Well, this time he sent us a poem. Here it is. Ain't no why when a car is named, cars they are just all the same. Saturn's moon for Saturn's name is only certain to inflame. This is what its name will be, one from Norse mythology. Hiroken, wolf-riding hag of winter storms. With this name, your car is born.
I do enjoy the wolf-riding hag of winter storms. And another Norse god, apparently, from Torsten Zimmer, Ymir, Ymir, however it's pronounced, translates as gravel yeller.
Which is good.
Yeller.
That's something a car would do.
So he says, you imagine starting it up on a gravel road, creating a crunching, yelling sound, and heading off into the distance.
Sounds like a good commercial for Saturn, right?
So what did Kirby think of all these?
Kirby went through all of them.
Winner.
He gave them very careful consideration, and after doing so, he liked Iapetus. And he particularly liked Steve Witty's entry, Steve Witty from Michigan. But now Tom Hendricks did come up with the same moon, so I think we may have to give out 2 posters this week.
Well, that's very nice of you.
Well, it's fair. I think it's fair.
All right. But I'll charge you for the second.
But congratulations to all of our entries. They're delightful, and we really appreciate it. And, for those of you who weren't quite up to coming up with a name for Kirby's car, we're going to give you another chance now.
No car naming this time. We're going back to solid facts. And in this case, we're going back to a Planetary Society mission from a couple of years ago. Planetary Society tried to fly the first ever solar sail mission, Cosmos 1. Unfortunately, suffered a launch failure. Had nothing to do with spacecraft, had to do with the rocket. But tell me about Cosmos 1. How many blades did that solar sail have? So if they had been able to deploy it, how many blades would the solar sail have had? Go to planetary.org/radio, find out how to get your entry to us, and try to win another glorious Explorer's Guide to Mars poster.
And get that entry to us by 2 p.m. on Monday, September 1st. 2 p.m., Monday, September 1. We're done.
All right, everybody, go out there, look up the night sky, and think about turtles with socks on.
Is this something you were just doing with the boys?
As an input from the boys, I solicited what people should think about, and that's what they came up with, turtles with socks on. I think it's a good thing to think about when you look up the night sky.
Thank you and good night. Oh, wait, that's your
night. Thank you and good night.
He's Bruce Betts, the Director of Projects for the Planetary Society, crawling our way with socks on for another edition of What's Up.
They're so quiet when they walk.
Next time, a great new guide to the night skies for amateur astronomers. Planetary Radio is produced by the Planetary Society in Pasadena, California. Have a great week.